Welcome everyone, James here. Today we're going to be taking a look at these aquarium glass scrapers by a company called Wangyuu. It's just a random cheapy company that I found on Amazon, but I needed some new glass scrapers for my aquariums, more specifically my nano ones, because it's getting a bit of a pain to sort of work on the glasses in them, and I've only got a handful of magnets that are being used on other tanks, so it gets a bit of a pain. So yeah, let's check them out. Alright, as you can see, these are the glass scrapers. There's no packaging to it. This just came in a box from Amazon, but you can see I've got two different colors here. The camera doesn't show them up very well. Looks like the piece of plastic that these are on is sort of stapled on, but there's not really too much to it. So let's just get one of these out and have a look at it properly. So it's fairly light. There's nothing much to it. It just says mini on there, yeah, just a sort of texture there, like a rough coarse texture, and the smooth one. So this one goes inside the aquarium and this one goes out in the glass. Now these aren't intended to be anything dramatic. I really wanted them from some of my nano tanks because there's a bit of a faff putting a razor blade glass scraper into them, so I'm hoping that these are just going to be the benefit. So yeah, let's try one out on a few aquariums. I've let them get nice and dirty so you can see the effects of them, and we'll give them a go. So moving in from the rack over here, the one aquarium that I've left get very dirty on the glass is this marine tank right here. So I'm hoping that this one's going to be the one where we can see some of the effects on it. So we'll get one of the glass scrapers and pop it in. So as you can see, you just pop this into the water if you haven't used one of these before. Glass scraper's dropped right to the bottom in this case. It doesn't seem like it's got massive strength in terms of pull there, but it does have an effect. It doesn't feel as sort of intense as some of my other glass scrapers. It feels really smooth actually, which is quite nice. I mean, it does seem to be doing the intended effect on the glass there. It actually works quite well. I'm a bit unnerved because it doesn't feel like a really heavy magnet on it, and normally when you got one it tends to pull the aquariums, or on this rack it starts to shake and everything, which makes me nervous. But this one's so smooth that it seems to be doing exactly what it needs to be doing, and not causing too much problem, which is what I wanted really, based on the fact that this magnet isn't massively strong. It does take a few strokes before you get some of the algae off, but it is, in all fairness, actually coming off there. I don't know if you can see that as I'm wiping there. It's a bit hard to get the camera in focus, but it is definitely coming off quite well. So yeah, quite impressed so far. So I'm just going to give the glass a bit of an extra clean off camera, and then we'll come back to it. So there you have it. It looks pretty good so far. Obviously it's murked up the entire water on this aquarium, but it's done its job. I didn't go manic there. I must have just off camera for an extra minute or so, just went over the glass. I haven't gone incredibly over the top and spent ages sort of wiping it down. So you can see that there is maybe a few little marks there that I have missed, but overall it seems to have done a really good job for it. If only I could get to the left side with the magnet, that would be the ideal, but I might have to get the glass scraper in there with a razor blade on a stick basically. So yeah, I'll try on a few other aquariums and we'll see what happens there. So for context, here's another one of my shrimp tanks. I've purposefully left it so that the glass got nice and dirty for this. So I'm going to pop one of these magnets in right now, wrong side, this bit, and we'll give this one a test in here and see how much of a difference it makes on this aquarium. So again, I'm just sort of not putting much pressure on there or anything. It's definitely just very loose on here, but look, you can see there already, just from just a tiny bit of movement, that is making a difference cleaning the glass. I might have to give it the big in on some of them, but it seems like it's struggling to get to the bits on the corner here, which you might need a razor blade or a more flatter edge glass scraper to get them. But I mean, in all fairness, all I want them for is a quick once over, so I won't intend to leave the glasses to get as dirty as they are long term. Need to do some water changes and stuff anyway, but it's just more sort of so you can see what it looks like when you run the magnet over. But all in all, without putting too much effort into it, it's not done too much of a bad job there, to be fair. I'm quite impressed. It seems to even got rid of the watermarks that were on the front of the glass as well. So yeah, I mean, added bonus there. But yeah, it's worth pointing out with these magnets that they are not very strong as such. If you get a bit crazy with the magnet, the thing does fall off quite easily. So it's definitely worth a very light use if you were to do sort of smooth actions. But yeah, you can't go too crazy on these ones. So as you can see here, this one is by a company called Float, and as you can see, when you take it off, the magnet floats to the top, which is very handy, and it'll also catch back onto it. Whereas these magnets, as soon as you take it off, it falls straight to the floor. So they do have their disadvantages, but as I said, they're sort of handy if you're using them on smaller aquariums. As you can see here, these are a different type of float as well. This is by JBL, and these ones are pretty powerhouse. I have to put a lot of force into just to get the magnet moving, but they will get out really tough algae and stuff. Or you can use razor blades, that sort of thing, to get rid of them. But as I said, for small nano aquariums, the other magnet is pretty good. So overall, they are pretty decent glass scrapers. I wouldn't recommend them for aquariums with lots and lots of algae on. I'd say that these are more for your kind of light maintenance. So if you're sort of regularly sort of wiping down your aquarium glass, and also I probably wouldn't use it on a massive tank. They're more for smaller aquariums, I would say. If you are gonna use one for a big aquarium, I'd probably recommend one of the bigger aquarium glass scrapers out there. Although having said that, for £6 for two, that's not bad going, considering some of the more premium ones can get up to about 50 quid, which is just absolutely insane these days. But I guess you get what you pay for. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know if you've used one of these glass scrapers in the comments below. For more aquarium related products and reviews, then click the link right here to check those out. So if you want to help support the channel, there is a link in the descriptions to become a channel member. It's only 99p, so definitely worth checking out for exclusive content and just to help make this channel better, really. And until next time, you stay safe.